ago, and that failed because I had my phone rotated the wrong way, and you would have been looking at me like this the whole time. So it's okay. We worked it out. It's fine now. How we doing? It is a lovely Thursday in Australia. Although the sun is bearing down on my back, it is not that hot at the moment. Today was another story, but we're all good. We're all good. As per usual, come and join me for Reps with the Reacher. I'm here to happily answer questions, have a good old chat, discuss current topics, and when I want to, I'll give my opinion. We have one person here in the chat. Say g'day, and let's get a chat going. Bam, 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 bam. Don't leave me alone. Say hello, please. That glare of the tables. Crazy. What's that? Toss move. How you doing, man? I'm doing good, dude. How are you? Welcome to the chat. Don't think you've said hello before. Oh, Mr. Kyle Howarth. Dude, I am trying to be back. How are you? You out nice and strong? And toss move. You an arm wrestler, spectator? What you doing? What you doing in the chat? Kyle, who's your next opponent? I know WA state titles are coming up in, I want to say March or April, somewhere around there. I think April, right? Ooh. Just at work. Nice, nice. Just go have your toilet break, and then smoko, lunch, another toilet break, and should be finished by then. How you doing, dude? Who is your next match? You going to be competing, obviously, at the WA state titles, or are you waiting for a big match to come? Oh. Got in before COVID. Nice. Oh, jeez. What is going on there? Alright, I think I might need to get something for that. That's going to annoy me. You guys are going to be rocking and getting seasick if I don't do something about that. What can we do? Man. When in doubt, just use another elastic band, guys. It's the way that it works. And this poor band is taking a beating. I keep forgetting to pack it away. Now, I am still here, so if there is there's someone new in the chat. Say hello. Who have we got? Who's here? Alright, there we go. That shouldn't stop us from vibrating anymore, guys. Sorry about that. There we go. Yes, I'm totally high-tech, guys. I use a tripod that's like about that tall, and then it's on a rack bar that's then got an arm wrestling strap to tie it on, and then I've just used a rubber band wrapped around the pole to stop it from wobbling. And guess what? We work, alright? Nice toss move. Where are you from, dude? Who do you train with normally? Ooh, don't have any matches locked in at the moment. Been a mega busy start to the year, so I only just got back into training again. Oh, nice, dude. Well, I don't think I got to say awesome work with Bob. Obviously, dude's strong as shit, but you did your best, man. And good to see you representing it over in the States. It seemed like everyone was really glad to meet you and was impressed by your strengths and everything like that. So you represented well, dude. Is there anyone you want to pull this year, Kyle? Right, we got 4 people in here, and I'm talking to 2 of them. Who are the other 2 people in the chat that haven't said hello yet? Oh, here we go. Anmar Sharif. Yo, man, you're actually one of many top roller who I look up to the most. Oh, thanks, man. Much love for you, mate. Make sure to beat Ryan and Lachlan one day. I've beaten Ryan once or twice, so I think that's enough for now. He's well above me in weight, and so is Lachlan. So in time, I'll get back to that kind of level, but for now, I'll stay in the nice little weight classes and work my way up to those guys. It's got a long way to go. Jeez. Alright. How's everyone's week going? Carl, you were saying you've had a busy year, busy with work, family, man. What's going on? Thanks for popping into the chat though, Anmar. Really appreciate you showing up and chucking in a message. Appreciate the support. Hope you're a subscriber or adding in the like button, because it all helps. I may be not doing this all the time, but I appreciate the support from everyone regardless, both work and family. Yeah, dude, I feel you there. But it gets tough sometimes. I fully understand. But no, it's good to be on the table. Last night was probably the first night that I actually felt half decent since I've been back. Nowhere near where I once was, but I felt in a good enough groove that my movements weren't absolutely horrendous, where I was nitpicking myself like every 5 seconds. So yeah. Toss move, mate. I would love to get back to Arm Wars. For me, the last trip cost me about $3.5 grand. That's just with flights, and at the time I needed to get 2 COVID tests. So I needed to get a COVID test before I left, which cost me, I think it was like $160. And then, no, it was $90 here to get one before I left, and then it was $160 to get my first one over there, so that I could leave basically and go to Arm Wars, and then I still had to get one before I left, and that cost me another $100 and something, and then when I got back to Australia I had to do another COVID test. So everything at that time was pretty crazy with COVID. It was just before everything ended, really, and it was just a little bit too expensive for me. So I love Neil and everything that him and James are doing with Arm Wars. I am a 100% supporter of them and anything they do. If at any point I get the opportunity to travel without having such a financial burden on myself and my family, like back then, I had a great support from the local clubs. They all chipped in to help sponsor myself and Lachlan, who was travelling to verse Todzilla at the time, in our matches, and that was a huge help in that. Like I think I only forked out about $2,000 by the end of it, but still $2,000 away from, you know, getting a new fence soon, and you know, just general life, man. So I don't want to take away from my family any more than I have to just do something for me, if that makes sense. Carl, my weight at the moment is 93 kilos, so I am definitely not on your radar, dude. I am in infancy stages once again, so I'm very wobbly in a lot of my movements, and I am still getting my ass whooped by the weak guys, so have you had any table times with the guys ever since you started training again? Yeah, man. So table time's a big part of my core beliefs in arm wrestling. I think I've now done 4 table time sessions with the group training that I train at in Brisbane City, and first 3 weeks were really rough. I had no endurance, and I still didn't last night. I had very clunky movements on the table and things like that, so it was a little bit disheartening, but it is what it is. So it's getting better, and I'll keep progressing to get better. That's just the way that I do it. So. Alright, what do we got? Kyle, calm down. Lots of people want to come up and have a match with me at the moment. I'm going to have a line out the door, I think. First time I'm going to put my arm on the table at a competition, everyone's going to be like, oh, me first! Flipping Phil 50s just to try and get me in the draw first. Queenslander! Is that meant to say Mildura? What? Yeah, it does. Okay, I just couldn't see the L. I've got a scratch on my screen there. Cheers from Mildura. G'day, mate. Are you an arm wrestler? And if you are, why haven't I met you? And if I have, what's your name? Because Queenslander doesn't really give me a lot of information about who you are. How you doing? If you've been arm wrestling, how long for? Let me know. You're on the arm bed up. Have you gripped up with any of the guys? Headed out to any of the training sessions or anything like that? Let me know. Josh Bucker, your #1 support. Aw, thanks, man. I love the support. You're going to be my support man from now on, Josh. Well done. I remember these things, just saying. Nah, it's there now. It's on the live chat. Can't delete it. It's gone. It's stuck there. Why haven't you gotten on the table, Queenslander? What's stopping you? I know you're a little bit out of the way, but at some point or another you gotta make a trip and try it out. There's plenty of clubs around. I know not very close to you, but still. Being a fan's good. Being in it's better. Right, 7 people in the chat. I'm talking to 5, so who are the 2 that are sneaking and lurking around in the background? Send me a message, say good day. I just saw another one. Queenslander, no one here arm wrestles. That's okay. Find someone that does nearby. I mean, it might be an hour or so for you. I know that sounds harsh, but still. Prediction for Ryan versus Todd. I have no idea. I don't know where Ryan's at strength-wise. I haven't gripped up with him for 9 months, maybe 10 months. It's been a busy year. I'm going to say Todd 6-0. Ryan gets an awkward King's move stop in round 5. Ryan has a great initiation in rounds 1 and 2 in different vectors. Todd grunts through, and then 3 and 4 Todd gets comfortable, knows where he needs to hold Ryan, and then 5 and 6 Todd goes for a play, and Ryan gets a half decent stop or a decent climb enough to capitalise on Todd's hand and gets a sticky situation where he might get a pin. In brief, that was about as good as I could give you. Started watching him before Ryan's last match with Danny. Man, you've been around for a long time. Prediction for Lachlan versus Brett. I gripped Brett at thing, and that's unfair because he cut to 90 kilos. If he's a bigger 105, 110 Brett, Brett should win on paper. His favourite technically with history, but I think Lachlan has the explosivity. Hey, Shuffy. Shush. No grumbles. Yeah. Hey, I said shush. Dog's going rogue. Hey. Hey. Go lay down. Try not to talk. Would you like to say hello? No. See? Say hello. Good boy. Yes, hello. Right, up down. Good boy. There you go. He said hello. Hopefully he's quiet now. Go lay down. You reckon Brett throws him to another planet? Brett's looking strong. I mean, if the videos he's doing, what his training's consisting of at the moment, he's looking like he's moving well. He's fluid. He looks freakishly strong. Lachlan's got the explosivity. He's got a half decent top roll. If he's planning on hooking, it's not going to work. If Lachlan beats Brett in a hook, I mean, everyone's just going to lose their shit. So, yeah. 9A. Alright. Yeah, no grumble shopping, that's right. Thank you, Josh. How did I feel after Zloty? I felt really good. I was a bit disheartened by a couple of the calls and the refereeing. I think that it wasn't the way that I shouldn't have been trying to listen too much to the ref when I was moving instinctively. I should have just done my move and I might have ended up getting a little bit higher, but at the end of the day I still performed really well. I got some really good pins on some guys that have placed pretty decently before, and I got respect from a couple of different people through Messenger after that, saying, didn't think you were at that kind of level to be able to beat, a couple of those guys. So I'm pretty happy with that. Can't be too disheartened. I was still pretty young at that stage. I'd taken probably a couple of months off in the middle of that year as well, because I just had my daughter. But yeah, I think I did pretty well, all things considered, and I did weight cut. Looking back, I would have preferred to do the 88 kilo class and versus Dan Mosier and stuff like that. I know I probably would have got creamed, but it was a deeper class that had a lot more experience in it, and I think that would have been really nice to do instead. Tyrell 122. Hey Rich, I've got my hands in a sand bucket right now. You ever do sand or rice bucket to work the hand? No. I tried it once after Matt Mars said that he was a big fan of it, and that was it. Yeah, didn't like it at all. I would prefer to stand here and do a couple of 100 repetitions, and yeah, I know that I'm in a good arm wrestling position when I'm doing this. I'm not, like this. At least when I'm doing motions, I'm in my zone where I'm going to be when I'm on the table. I'm not trying to transfer this into this, because it's different when it comes up to this section of your body. You're not using your lat. Yeah, anyway. Just my preference. Yeah. Bam. Alright. 5 people in the live video. Still missing at least one person that hasn't said hello. Or maybe 2, there's 9 now. Come say g'day, hit me up with a comment so I can say g'day to you personally and we can discuss something. If you've got a question, hit me up. And apparently that like button that's for me about there really helps, so if you want to hit that, appreciate it. It is hard to type and do reps. It is. It definitely is hard to type and do reps. Yes. It's very hard to do reps and look at that screen. I much prefer it when I got my second phone and I can look down here and look on the screen and talk to you guys whilst I'm like looking down doing reps. So much easier. Ooh. No, the bugs still attack you then, Josh, when you're in the dark. Oh, Dominic, sorry man, I didn't see your comment. What weight category are you aiming for this year? Super heavyweights. That's what I'm aiming for. If I can get there, I'd be very happy, man. A title that eludes me is always one that I would love to attain. So I don't have a 100 kilo title and I don't have a super heavyweight title. That's not true. I don't have a national super heavyweight title, a national 90 kilo title, a national 100 kilo title. All of which I do want to claim at some point. Maybe not the 90s, I don't know. I don't have a 70 either, but I ain't going back down there. So, yeah. I want to get a couple of people I want to get. I don't think I'll get to the national super heavyweight title this year, but I can always try, and maybe I just fall short a little bit and go for the hundreds if I'm not feeling up to it. So, do I have a squishy ball? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Hang on, let me check my container. My container of goodies. No. No, I do not. What do you ask, Queenslander? What do you ask? No. I'm going that way. I'm going that way. Oh, no, I meant to do that on left. Ha, I just did right. Ha. Do I have a squishy ball? I do not have a squishy ball. A jumper zinc special makes the thumb bigger. Yeah, I prefer the thumb just to be, to work better, move better. There's a lot of things in the arm wrestling community that a lot of different guys have done over the years. The thing is, are they still doing it? Do they still do it? And did it actually contribute to what they became? Like Devon says, you know, he did a lot of dumb stuff to his body and everything like that. But if you look back at it at the time, if he didn't reach that that curl that he did on the 45-degree bench, if he didn't have that specific strength or train to get that at the time, would he have beaten, I think that was in the lead up to like Pushkar or something on the left arm, you know, or Michael Todd, something like that, where he finally got over the top of Michael Todd and kept climbing. Do you think he would have had that strength? I don't think so. So I think every part of your journey plays something crucial to what you do, and I know John's never strayed away too far from the table time, and I believe in that, and I felt that. I feel like that is a massive gain, and then I just try and add things that I feel good. This helps me. I feel like if I feel like I am arm wrestling whilst I'm doing my reps, then I'm doing something right. So, yeah. Who doesn't want to see hook training 3? Who doesn't want to see hook training 3? Oh, thanks for the like spike, guys. We currently have more likes than we do people in the chat. Nice. Oh, that was a burn. Yeah, Devon's cool with the 70 kilos or whatever it was. It was epic at the time. Everyone was like mind blown. Apple circus. But, do you ever train any exploding hand technique? No. I don't train to hold on to people. I feel like in general it will end up wasting your effort and energy. I train advancing movements, so regrouping and things like that to climb height. I don't think it classifies as exploding hand technique, so is what it is. Alright, who's in the chat that isn't saying anything? Josh Barker, where have you gone? Dominic, come on. Keep sending in some messages. Get chatting to me. Oh, burn. Oh, my goodness. I am not going to do that, Josh. I was there once. My first ever nationals. I am not going back again. That is just too far now. 20 kilos? No. No way, Jose. Oh, now the sun's going down too low. Keeps reflecting onto my... Russell Monroe, glad you're back. I'm glad you're back, Russell. Good to see you in the chat. Thanks for sending in a message. Russell, what's going on? Whose bush are you in? Dominic Lawrence, how much weight on that pulley? I like and more reps. I have 18 kilos on the pulley at the moment. And it's a 1-to-1. So it's actually 18 kilos I'm moving. Like light and more reps. Yes, I definitely do too. I'm not a big fan of exerting massive amounts of energy to move massive amounts of weight. It just hurts a lot. Yeah. Hello from Slovakia. Hello. Ivan Mikusik? Mikusik? Hey, God. Are you an arm wrestler? Let me know, Ivan. Let me know. Or is it Ivan? Ivan? Ivan. I have an uncle named Ivan. Technically a great uncle, but anyway. Hey Richa, can we get your predictions for the AWE card? I already gave my prediction for Ryan in the earlier on in the chat. I think I need to set up like a little board for you guys because that is just terrible glare right there now. Anyway, alright. Dankius, good to see ya. Finally made one. AWE card. Alright, so what have we got? Guntus and Mario. If Mario's wrist is all good, then he should have a 40-60 shot against Guntus, given the Guntus that I know, depending on how weak or strong Guntus is feeling now that he is back. That's another thing. I rate Guntus very highly. I believe that he has never been pinned in Australia, in my heart. The rankings and the results do not say that from other competitions, but I don't believe they were pinned. That's just controversy and hearsay, but I have a video that I believe proves it, but that's for another time. And then, yeah, I rate Guntus very highly. I know that he is a very technical person and very capable on the table and very versatile when he wants to and when he has to. No one thought that Guntus would have a flop press until the day that I took his wrist and he needed to flop press, and then he flop pressed. And everyone was like, he flop presses? So, yeah. I give that a... I don't know how many rounds it is. I'm just going to go off a 5-round super match format and say that Mario gets the first one, Guntus fires back with 2, Mario gets the 4th from digging in for a hook, then Guntus readjusts and gets the 5th. 3-2 Guntus. And then what have we got? That sucks, Ivan. Mate, hopefully you can get some reps in with me, alright? If you see these lives and you can't do it at the time, just put it to the side. When you're feeling like training, pop it up and we'll do some reps together. You can rep when I rep, alright? That's the whole point of this. Guys, if you are doing some training at the moment, if you're not, if you're sitting on your couch, grab a weight, throw it around with me, and we can do some exercises. Alright, what else have we got? The next match. Oh, what was that, Dankius? Pretty sure they are all 6 rounds. Okay, all 6 rounds. Then I go 4-2 to Guntus. Next one is Lachlan Carpenter and Brett Coots. I'm going to say 3-1 to Brett, unless Lachlan has made serious gains. Adam Laura, Marcus Atirai. I go Adam Laura 4-2. I think Adam's a staple athlete within the community, one that has a lot of experience and a lot of versatility that will serve him well against Marcus. And he's known for getting into long matches and grueling matches, and he's got the heart to try and push through and win. So I think that he wants to prove something and get that position, so I think he'll have more of a fight in his belly than Marcus. What's the other matches? I know there's Josh and Taryn. I think Taryn, you're going to get a surprise, and Josh will get 1 or 2. and then I think Taryn will win the rest, wherever that is, either 4-2 or 5-1. Are there any other matches? I can't think of them. Lasbosa and Tom Dankowski. I'm backing Tom because I believe in him, in his versatility and his commitment, whereas Lass is a little bit one-dimensional and despite him being the berserker, I think that's not going to work in his favour once Tom finds his groove and knows how to pull Lass. So, yeah. That is an interesting point. If you have no one around, is it possible to break down the train in enough elements to still be good at pulling? Absolutely. It's a lot harder to put them all together when you do, but that's why you make the most of the times that you can go and actually pull, and it's not about always going 100 miles an hour. If you actually take the time and go, okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm the first person there by half an hour, and the first second that someone rocks up and you're at a training session, you jump on the table with them, you explain to everyone that you pull with that day, hey, I'm not able to make training often, I really want to get out of it as much as possible, can you please teach me as much as possible, and show me where I'm going wrong with my movements, instead of trying to pin each other. I really appreciate your help in developing my technique. Approach everything like that, move forward, and you'll progress fine. Even if you only get one training every 3 months or every couple of months like that, I think that you can really still get better. Sorry, Josh, I'm just calling it how I say it. I hope that you've made a lot of gains, but we were 3 people that started 3 years ago. We bought the table and equipment for training. Nice. Hey, 3 people's better than none. Hopefully you've still got them around. If not, that does suck, dude. Now it's only me. Oh. I feel sorry for you, dude. Tune in. We'll do reps together. If you've got questions on something that you're struggling with, I will try and help you out, alright? So make sure you, even if it's during the week, you think of something that you want to try and develop or you're struggling with, send in a message and I'll try and help you out as much as possible, alright? Whoop. I scrolled up way too far then. Rodian! The beast from the east! The Mustache Master! Alright, 12 people. G'day everyone. Send in a message. Rod, I'm glad that you're here, dude. I will only be going for about another 10 minutes. I have food in the oven and it's starting to smell good. So, yes, I have wedges, home-cooked wedges, ready to go. And I'm very excited to eat them. I put in like 2 kilos worth of wedges, so I am going to be a fat bastard tonight. Alright? When top rolling, do you ever hang on? When I chop roll, I need heaps of finger pressure to control hand, where I get told that's a bad idea. Alright. Alright, so, you're not holding on, but you are. You are preventing their pressure from extending your fingers. So I create a platform where my opponent hits. When they hit that, I use that same platform to then maneuver my hand around. Obviously, if they're going for my fingertips, I try and curl them in and bring them back into my palm, as close as possible. That way I can manipulate their hand at the same time. Top rolling is about manipulating someone's hand, getting an advantage over it so that you can develop it so that you can develop your game to be ahead of what they are trying to do. Make them one step behind you at least. That way you can always lead them around the table and be in a better position. And hopefully that means that they'll wear out but faster, and you'll be in a better position to pin them by the time you do 2, 3, 4 regrips. And you don't have to exert as much energy to try and get to the pad if that is your issue. Because a lot of people with a top roll find that they can't quite get to that last couple of inches, and that's just because they haven't regripped enough to get where they need. And they need to stop using all that effort trying to pin and reset themselves, take a couple of regrips, set their position within their shoulder again, and go again. Am I doing pumpkin training? No. I am doing both arms. I just did a whole set on left. Jeez, Rod. No, apparently Bowen Cantado wants my left, so I need to actually train it, so that when the day does come that he actually rocks up, I can flog him. What is your height and weight, if I can ask? Absolutely. I am like 92 kilos, 93 kilos, somewhere around there, and I am 6'3", or like 193 centimeters. I think I'm just borderline in between 6'3" and 6'4", something like that. Yeah, do you see how Dennis top rolls? For example, he can let his fingers open and just focus on back pressure only. Yeah, that's great, and you can do that. You can. If your opponent is pulling through the strap at the right angle. So, for example, I can have my fingers open like this because the strap's doing all the work, right? The second that the pressure goes here, it's going to slip out of my hands, isn't it? Right? So, very basic understanding of what's happening there. Dennis is utilising the strap to do the work for him in pulling his opponent down, usually through their bicep or their brachialis. He'll aim his forearm to be in the right angle so he can just pull their arm down. That's what I aim to do anytime someone goes to post and regrip. I'll change my angle to make sure that I can just open their bicep. And that's why some of my hits look very vicious. Yeah, good. Don't practice it before your match though, because you haven't got that long. Don't be trying new shit. How do you deal with flop presses? You come in over the top of their hand, you control over the top of their thumb, so you cup over the top of their thumb, and then you push outside of their shoulder. Very much like a javelin, just not to that extent. Your main aim is turning their thumb, so if I'm a flop presser and I'm going really hard down on someone's arm, and the pressure is going this way with the top roll, I want to make sure that my top roll then changes, and that every time I cup a little bit more, my opponent's flop is now completely under. So that's what I'm aiming to do when I'm doing that, and that's what I'll try and make my opponent as uncomfortable as possible. Alright guys, I have like 2 seconds left. I do need to get back inside. It may be burning, I don't know. Holy crap, I am 190 centimeters and 75 kilos. I must gain some kilos. Mate, that's where I was when I started. I was only 76 kilos ish when I started. But yeah, 92 is nice and healthy for me at the moment. But I'm going to aim to be about 100, 105 in no time at all. Have a great day, everyone. I really appreciate everyone being on here. I know it's only a short one tonight, but stay tuned. Make sure that you've got that notification bell on, and I will see you all next time. Greatly appreciate it. Take care, and goodbye. Boop, boop. I'll get there. Haha. See you, everyone.